So when we started Prime, the driving motivation was really to bring the entrepreneur perspective into the VC world. And so I was myself an entrepreneur earlier. I was one of the co-founders of Snapfish, which was one of the early companies in the digital photos space. And we are bringing that entrepreneur and operating experience into the VC world. And one of the first things which we wanted to do was to create from a term sheet and how deals are done with entrepreneurs, to bring a simple single-page term sheet for the companies which we were going to invest in. And the reason behind that was that most of the terms which you are putting out there should be comprehensible to entrepreneurs who are doing this for the first time. So for the entrepreneurs, this is a first-time experience. VCs have the advantage that they're doing it multiple times, so they have seen all of these things. And we felt that when I look back at my experience as an entrepreneur myself, that many of these things are not very easy to understand. So how do we make it simple? How do we make it comprehensible? How do we make it entrepreneur friendly? And the reason you do it is that by doing all of these things, the buy-in of the entrepreneur is there into any relationship you get into, as well as making it easy and for a later stage investor to come into the company. And that's a very important consideration, because clearly venture-backed companies raise multiple rounds of funding typically, and you want the later stage investors not to have trouble understanding the kind of agreements which have been put together between entrepreneurs and venture capitalists. And finally, I also felt that there are a lot of areas in which I, as an entrepreneur, could have used some assistance, right? Because when you're starting a company, you as an entrepreneur are doing everything. You are the person who is signing these agreements with the business partners or investors, and you're also cleaning the office if the need be and figuring out how to get the electricity in or whatever the case may be. You're doing everything from soup to nuts. So it's very important at that point, and it's very essential to help the entrepreneurs in setting the foundations and the scaffolding of their company together. So having the right level of financial advice when the company starts thinking about marketing, PR, all these kinds of things, how to structure the companies, these things are important considerations. And I would have liked to be get the right level of advice at that time. So we felt that we should bring those kinds of support infrastructure to our entrepreneurs as well. So just taking a step back, we wanted to bring good level of support. We wanted to make it a clean, simple term sheet and really think like an entrepreneur VC. That was our motivation behind starting that.